Hi, 5th grade. Today we're going to go over March Steps. It's a new piece of music that I put on Google Classroom. Let me pull this so that I can have a little bit more light. That didn't really work. It's a little dreary outside. Anyway, March Steps is a new piece that I put on Google Classroom. Go ahead and pull it up for your instrument. And what we're going to do is kind of like last week. I'm going to teach the lesson, and then I'm going to switch the video to your instrument. So you don't have to do anything, just follow along. And before you play it with me, make sure you warm up, make sure you go over all the stuff we've gone over in the past, review that stuff, but then we'll dive into this tune. So the thing about March Steps, the hardest part is the, well, one, you don't know it, you don't recognize it. It's not like a nursery rhyme, it's not, Mary Had a Little Lamb that we played last week. It is just totally original music that you've never heard before. So you'll have to know it. You'll have to be able to read the music to be able to play it. But I'll teach you that. It's no big deal. The other hard part is that we're skipping notes now. In the past, your notes would go in order, right? You'd go low to high, and there's no skipping notes in between. But the thing about March Steps is that they want you to skip notes. They want you to go from low straight to the high note, dum, da, dum. You want to skip the notes, and that's hard for a beginner player, so we're going to work on that when we get to your instrument part, but don't worry about that right now. Right now we just want to look at the rhythm and what the song is, right? So fill in your notes, first of all. Write in your notes. That would really help you in the future. But let's talk about the rhythm. It's really simple. We just have to go over it. The first measure, we've got 4 quarter notes, and you can also see that your first question is how many beats are in a quarter note. Your quarter note has 1 beat. We know that. Okay, it's got 1 beat in it. There's 4 quarter notes in a measure, because you can see that in 4/4 in the time signature at the front. So there's 4 beats in a quarter note. There's 4 quarter notes in a measure. There's 1 beat in a quarter note. That means there's 4 beats in this first measure that are played. So it's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4. Or if you're following the music, it's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4. We'll go over that when we get to it. And then the second measure is a whole note. Your second question, you'll see, is how many beats are in a whole note. There's 4 beats in a whole note. Okay, you can see that the whole note takes up the entire measure. There's 4 whole beats and there's nothing else. So you have to count that for 4 beats. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, you hold that note out. So those first 2 measures together are 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, you hold it out, and we'll get to that more when we play it. And the third and fourth measure are the same exact rhythm. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. The fifth and sixth measure is the same thing. 1, 2, 3, 4. They're not. Sorry, the sixth measure is different. Okay, we've got quarter, quarter, half note. Okay, I didn't put this as a question, but a half note is 2 beats. Okay, so it's going to be 1 plus 1 plus 2 equals 4. So that sixth measure, 1, 2, 3, right? Just kind of like, what's the song? Hot Cross Buns, right? Da, da, da. That's what we're looking at. And then your fifth, or your seventh and eighth measure are going to be nearly the same. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then your last measure is weird. You have a half note, a quarter note, and then a rest. Half note, quarter, rest. So 1, 2, 3, rest. Okay, so the whole thing, you can slow me down if you need help on this, but the whole thing, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. Okay, let's try that again. Alright, you can follow along, clap along with me. I'll take it a little slower this time. Here we go. 1, 2, ready, go. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. Okay, there's your rhythm. There's one other thing we have to look at here for all of us, and it's this little comma on measures between measures 2 and 3. 5 and 6, and 7 and 8, that little comma is a breath mark. That means that you are going to breathe. Okay, that's the best place in these songs to breathe, and it's really nice that it tells you, because otherwise you'd be breathing all over the place. So make sure you take a big breath there. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Big breath. Fill up your whole body with air so that you can have enough air to get through the song. Okay, and we'll go over that song a little bit more in your specific instrument, but that's all there is to it. Okay, just get the rhythm, write your notes in, and you really want to clap along with me. Okay, read along with the music and clap along with me in this video if you're not getting it. But before you move to the music part, I want you to have the rhythm perfect, because you won't be able to play the music with notes if you can't do the rhythm. Okay, so don't move on until the rhythm is perfect. I'm going to move on to your specific instrument now. Alright guys, let's dive right in. March steps on the trumpet. I'm just going to play it for you first, and we'll see how it sounds, and then we'll move on. Here we go. March steps. 1, 2, ready, go. Alright. Cool. So let's, sorry, I'm just checking some valves. Before we move on, I want to go over every single note in this so we know we all sound right and playing the right notes, right? So let's start at the bottom. C. Just match me on playing my C. Here we go. C. 1, 2, C. Go. Make sure you're matching that note. Make sure you're playing the low one, not the high one, not the G. Want the low C. Here we go. C. 1, 2, ready, go. If you're having trouble getting that note out, drop your jaw a little bit, blow slower air, but make sure that it's still coming through the instrument, right? Make sure you get a good buzz. D, 1 and 3. If you need your fingerings, check the bottom of your march steps paper. Here's D. 1, 2, ready, go. There's D. Match that one more time. 1, 2, D, go. E is 1 and 2. Your next note, 1 and 2. 1, 2, E, go. Okay. Your next note, F. First valve. Whoa. That's why you hold on with 2 hands, right? F. 1, 2, ready, go. I feel like that's a little out of tune. F. 1, 2, ready, go. And your G, your high G. 1, 2, G, go. Make sure you fill it up with a lot of air, blow really fast, push the air all the way through the horn. G. 1, 2, G, go. Okay, there's your first 5 notes. If you tell me at any time during our classes that you saw me drop my trumpet, that means that you're watching my videos. I'll give you a reward, some sort of something. I don't know, some sort of candy or something. I promise. I'll give you a reward if you tell me that I dropped my trumpet, because that means you're watching my video, and that is good. Otherwise, let's go up to march steps. If you can't do this, if you can't go through all the notes quickly, if you can't do that, then you need to stop the video and practice before you can move on. Okay? You need to be able to do those 5 notes. You don't have to be that fast. But we need to be able to do those first 5 notes in order at that speed before you move on to march steps. Okay? Because if you can't do that, you're not ready. Practice, practice, practice. You'll get better. Let's look at march steps. Now, the other instruments, the woodwinds and the trombones, are working on switching between their notes in a different way than we are. Okay, we don't have a very simple pattern of switching. It's not like 3, 2, 1, right? Like the clarinet is. We have different fingerings. So all we have to do is remember our fingerings. We just have to work on remembering our fingerings. We're going, first two measures, C, E, C, E, D. Okay, it's not like C, D, C, D, C. C, E, C, E, D. Okay, just practice those fingerings for these first two measures. You don't even have to change the way your lips are shaped for this. You just have to blow through it, change your fingerings. Make sure you tongue. Make sure you say ta, and flick your teeth. Make sure you say ta inside your mouth to change notes, but you don't have to change your lip shape. Here we go. Let's play these first two measures. 1, 2, ready, go. Play that slow. 1, 2, ready, go. Okay, it's all about just learning your fingerings. And I'll play through each part separately, but it's up to you to practice switching those notes. Okay, because I can't drill you in class on it. We don't have time. You've got to drill yourself. Third and fourth measure. We start on F, E, D, F, E. That's your fingerings. F, E, D, F, E. Notice you don't have to take your pointer finger off at any time during that. F, E, D, F, E. So don't go F, E, D, F, E. That's a waste of movement. F, E, D, F, E. Just leave your finger down. It's really easy that way. Here we go. 1, 2, third measure, go. Slowly. 1, 2, slowly go. Okay, fifth and sixth measure. E, G, E, G, F, E, D. Okay? E, G, E, G, F, E, D. Here we go. 1, 2. Oh, the hard part, sorry. The hard part, I thought about something. Hard part here is switching between the speed of your air for E and G. Okay, if you don't change your air speed, if you don't speed it up to get to the G, you're going to drop down to C. Watch this. We don't want that. Speed up your air to get to the G. Push it hard. You really need to push your air fast to hit that G. Here we go. 1, 2, ready, go. Slowly. 1, 2, slowly go. And then your last two measures, you're walking down from G all the way to C. Like I said, be able to do this before you move on, because this is something we need to be able to do. Make sure not to leave out that last C. C, C, right? Hit it hard. So I'm going to play the whole thing slowly. Then I'm going to play the whole thing at the tempo that I'd like to be able to play it at, right? Here we go. March steps from the beginning. Watch my fingers if you get lost. Try to play along with me. 1, 2, slowly, go. Okay, there's our slow speed. Let's speed up. All right, here. 1, 2, 1, 2, ready, go. Okay, that's what our destination is. That's where our goal is. Practice that. Ask me if you have any questions. Send me an email. Send me a message. But that's all we need to do right now. If you can't do that, Go back to my old videos, watch those, catch yourself up. But if you can do that, keep practicing, make it faster. You know, practice different combinations of fingerings, but keep going. Don't stop practicing, because the more you practice, the better you will do, and the faster you will get better. I will see you guys soon, hopefully, but keep practicing, watching the videos. Let me know if I drop my trumpet, and I'll give you a reward. But hope you have a good week. Goodbye.